Do you think?
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got.
Hey, I was thinking about it.
Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit. I need to lay off and do some chill videos like this. This is Go America. It really is one of those things, seriously. And Alabama. It was in the pro shop in Alabama, Leeds, Alabama, that this happened. So he intentionally drove a vehicle into a pole outside the store. Then he took off his clothes and jumped into the fish tank. I don't want to condone this type of behavior, but I also am like, I wish we could go back to the days when these were the biggest problems we had in the United States. And it's totally like, I love it. I actually love it. Don't do it. I won't do it. You shouldn't do it. I wouldn't, please. I don't recommend that. But it is pretty dang awesome. Let's be awesome. Let's be honest. When the police arrived, the man, George Owens, refused to get out of the water and taunted them by jumping back in. Woohoo! The man's family says he suffers from mental illness. Well, yeah. He was finally stopped when he tried climbing over the side and knocked himself out. Oh, darn it. He was arrested but continued to struggle when he woke up. Now listen to this list of charges. This was more, he got charged more and more heavily than Ray Epps did for encouraging people to go and cause an insurrection in the Capitol. Okay, that tells you where we are with our legal system. He faces public lewdness, resisting arrest, second-degree assault, 2 counts of criminal mischief, including 1 for damaging the police car, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, and other charges. I am sorry for the cops who had to take care of this, although I did see a comment down here somewhere earlier where somebody said I was a cop, and he says, I kind of miss those days. He's retired. I miss those days because, man, we had some of the best, funniest stories to tell all the time, and I miss that. And that's true, because I knew I worked with a cop once, actually not doing cop work, but I was doing work on mapping for a county, and he wanted to come with because he was like, well, you can borrow the sheriff's ATV for this. And we went, and man, some of the stories he had were just fantastic. I was like, man, I do not live this type of life. I don't have this many great stories. So kudos, man. Can't a man just skinny dip in public, in a fish tank in peace these days? I know, man. Didn't someone get arrested for stealing a live fish? Well, here's that. And this is a kid who stole a 50-pound tarpon. He caught, apparently, a 50-pound tarpon from Bass Pro Shops in Florida, of course. So let's go ahead and watch that. Oh my gosh. That is pretty big. Oh my gosh. That's pretty awesome. I mean, it sucks. I mean, you shouldn't do that. I don't suggest it, but it's pretty dang funny. And go America all the way, you know? I mean, if you can, I just think, you know, America's one of those countries that should be free enough that, well, you shouldn't do things like this, but gosh, I wish those days were here again where that was our biggest worry, was just that type of stuff, you know? And it's pretty dang entertaining. Sucks for the police. Sorry about that, guys. I encourage you. Good job. But seriously, as a cop, you got to be like, I don't really want to do this. I don't feel any malice towards this guy. And but it must be a heck of a maintenance job to maintain those Bass Pro fishing ponds. You got fish that big in there, and I mean the amount of like proper chemicals and pH balance and all that stuff you got to do, that must be immense for those. That's a woman with a beard, and there's somebody put the head of Hunter Biden smoking, of course, on on that. I'm telling you, I think it's the jab. People are going berserk since the lockdown and the jabs. Let's see, there's no sense in blurring. His pecker is smaller than his pinky finger. Well, it appears to be that way. This is not shocking as seeing how things are going in the world. And of course, there's South Park hauling some dude away in his underwear. I'm sorry, I thought I was in America. I thought this was America. It is America. If you want to come run around in your underwear, this is the country for it, and you want to carry an American flag with you, go ahead and do it. You'll probably be arrested for public lewdness, but Europeans, we need to see you start doing this stuff more too. I don't know why they don't show this. Europeans are like kind of formal, I'd say. At least Western Europeans seem to come across that way. Very formal and very into a class structured society. And no wonder like death metal comes from Germany because it's so stilted and claustrophobic there. Like growing up there, I can see why like people go crazy with heavy metal there, because they can't take it. They're just like, I'm gonna go nuts, you know. And that's why Ramstein's so popular, man. This is one of the things I do miss most about being a police officer since I retired. All the crazy comical things we saw like this. We live in an open air asylum that is only going to continue to get worse until we reopen every single asylum that was closed in the 70s and 80s. The only cure is to remove the patients from the sane people. Follow me if you agree something needs to be done about this. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Make asylums great again. And don't if you open them. The only problem was don't open them again. Just simply, open them, make new ones, but just now we know we've learned the lessons. There was abuse in those asylums for sure, definite abuse. And if we had some mechanism to clamp down on that and that corruption, I think that's a good idea because I think the powers that be are allowing mentally ill people to run amok, and they're not learning, they're not growing, they're not living a full life. They're just out there, and it's out of control. But they want that. They want the chaos because the chaos allows them to leverage power over the rest of us. He also faces shrinkage, which might be worse than all of the above crimes for his future. It's none of my business, but Bass Pro Shops might want to start putting a top on their aquarium. Well, yeah. And there's George Costanza. Oh, that's funny. Except that guy's not as aware as George Costanza is. Come get me, I'm ready, 2024, Bidenomics. I agree, man. Here it is. Here's the rest of us, man. That's like us right now. The rest of like regular people are this dude. Just like, I'm done, and come get me, man. And Bidenomics is there just waggling out there, trying to get us at every turn, His family says he suffers, but yet hasn't lost his license, hasn't sought help, and now wants the world to say, look at me, okay, got it. Mental health challenges can be complex. It's important for individuals to receive the support they need. Let's hope for a positive resolution for George Owens and his family. Yeah, the guy needs help for sure, and yeah, I don't know. People have jumped in the Bass Pro Shop ponds before. If he hadn't been naked and wrecked his car beforehand, he could have done this without criminal charges. This will be reported on endlessly by the media because the guy's white. If it wasn't, it'd be ignored. Probably bucket list done, but it is pretty funny. Let's be honest. Let's see. Colorado South Park is asking, you sure this wasn't at Casa Bonita? I don't know. Is that somewhere in Colorado? Is that a restaurant or something? Is that pool jumping restaurant, that diving restaurant in Denver, where you sit there and eat and you can watch these cliff jumpers dive into I've heard of something like that. This will not come as a shock, but he is more in trouble and faces more charges than the Hamas terrorist supporters who shut down I-5 North. Yeah, exactly. You shut down a highway, and especially when you see an ambulance sitting there, and that ambulance was going to a call, and they stopped it for hours. So nothing happened to those people, but this dude got more charges probably. And I'll see your Alabama man in the fish tank and raise you a Texas woman in broad daylight on top of a truck in traffic. Ugh, yikes. He fits right in with the other fish. This man's family says he suffers from mental illness. Oh, no, that's funny. Yes, this is Hunter. This is actually Hunter Biden. I don't know where he is, but I've seen this video. Yes, that's Hunter. He has the same body shape as George Owens. And he's in a pool, and I think this comes from something where he was, of course, hanging out with some hookers, and they were taking video, and ha ha ha. Let's see. Oh yeah, of course. What an idiot. Although that guy, I have no mercy for that guy. I have sympathy for this other dude, but not Hunter. And I think most of us are like that now. Anyway, you get the gist of it. That this guy is just a poor, suffering mental guy, but he did something that's, I'll be honest, okay, probably shouldn't happen, but it's pretty awesome at the same time. Anyway, sympathies out to George Owens too and his family. Boy, this is kind of one of those gifts that keeps on giving, you know. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks, and I will talk to you later.